opening week loss. And we'll be keeping our eyes certainly on this man making his second appearance. Now a first down throw, Watson. Flush to his right. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. Watson now to throw. Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now Watson. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Watson. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you get...
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. Things a lot different than the last time they were on the field. Remember, they threw the interception, gave up the touchdown, and now trailing 7-0 and looking for a response. Rolling to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
The Browns set to take over. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. A shotgun snap for Watson. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such. They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. They've allowed them to disrupt the play.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now it's Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Week 2 underway around the NFL, and a reminder that later tonight it'll be Chicago and Green Bay in the Packers home opener, the 101st season of that great rivalry. They had the 100th anniversary last year. And then tomorrow night a treat, a Monday night doubleheader, Tennessee and Buffalo, 7:15 Eastern, and then Minnesota and Philly kicking off a little over an hour later. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man coverage was so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Watson. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words every time we hear that.
Cleveland offense making their way out. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're
you
down.
Don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
And now the Browns coming out on the field. They're in a bit of a bind, a pretty big bind, down 20-0 as they start here on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. Swings this out for Hunt. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. On the move past the 40, and he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Watson. And he'll get this one to Cooper complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 25 yards that time.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? A big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
He's got it. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Here's Watson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Browns are able to cut into that deficit. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as
ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits. On 1st and 10, Watson. They'll go screen here to Hunt. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Another completion here to Hunt. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Watson on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hunt. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. So sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the 3rd quarter here. The Browns offense getting set to go to work here to start the 3rd. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game, and to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And a high throw there as this is knocked away down to the ground and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. He's got Njoku over the middle. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
David Njoku got a huge vote of confidence from the Cleveland Browns when they named him their franchise player this past offseason. That has a lot of people expecting a long-awaited, big-time breakout from the 6-year tight end, and he comes through with a first down catch on that previous play.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Again, it's Watson. Tries the right side, and he finds Bell. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that's going to bring up second down.